Hey guys, welcome back to the Snap Chronicles. Today we're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. Okay, today we have the Duralast, and this is kind of like new old stock because Duralast, AutoZone, they haven't produced or had this Ratchet in their stores in quite a while. This is kind of a coarse Ratchet, 36 teeth. But has a very good reputation from what I hear as being a professional or somewhat professional quality style of Ratchet. But before we jump into it, you know what I'm gonna say. I'm trying to reach a goal of 2,000 subscribers by hopefully the end of summer, and with your help, I should be able to make it. I'm not too far off. I probably have like a little bit over 300 subscribers left to reach 2,000, and the only way I'm going to reach it is if you give me the HBO special. The HBO special is the Help a Brother Out special. Help a brother out, hit the like, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. And I'll give you 2 seconds to do that. Okay, you guys that hit the buttons, I appreciate you. Alright, getting back to the Duralast. This is, like I said, new old stock. These still pop up every once in a while. I know, I think a while back, not too long ago, they had on their website, the AutoZone website, they did have some of these still. I think they had the half-inch version of the regular size Ratchet. This is the Stubby Ratchet. This is model number 73-872 3/8 drive, guaranteed for life. I never tested their warranty. Not sure how good it is, but I don't think I've ever heard anything bad about it. 10%, 10 degrees gear action gets into tight spaces. 10 degrees isn't really a low number nowadays. Usually 72 teeth, you have 5 degrees, and with even the higher tooth counts, you're gonna get into 3 degrees of swing. So 10 degrees is nothing to be proud of nowadays. And this is made, it says made in Taiwan. And here's a little bit of writing about the warranty. And this one, you gotta cut the tabs in the back and slip this up, and then this plastic piece comes off. Okay, it's a stubby Ratchet, pretty short but pretty hefty. It's not a light Ratchet. It feels like it has some weight to it. Let me see how long this Ratchet is. It's almost exactly 4 inches long. So stubby, and it reminds me a lot of the Stubby from Snap-on. The Snap-on Stubby. So this shape here of the handle kind of reminds me of that style of Ratchet. And here is the writing. It says Duralast and guaranteed for life, and the model number on the back. The back of the plate has some engraving, which you see in better Ratchets nowadays. It says replace worn parts, the model number, and warning: inspect, clean, and oil regularly. So that's what that looks like on the outside. Has the switch. And one thing about this Ratchet before we open it up, it has like some of the hardest back drag that I've noticed in a while. It's pretty strong, the back drag. I'm not sure why. Let's open it up. But these, I think other ones that I've had in the past have also had that problem of having a real strong back drag on them. And here's the screw. It's a Torx 10, so you need your Torx 10, which is it's probably very popular Torx to have. Most sets have, or probably say all sets have a Torx 10, so no problem finding something to open it up with. Sometimes they get into weird numbers like Torx 9 or 8, and sometimes you might have problems finding. You need a mini Torx set for those. And just pull up here and here. This is how it looks when you first open it. Okay, it has the plate, it has a pretty thick plate. Good amount of grease in this, not oil. This is pretty thick. A pretty thick amount of grease was applied at the factory. There you go. There's chunks all over the place. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up real quick, and I'll be back so we can get a better look at what's inside. Okay, I'm back. Took off some of the grease so you can get a better look at what's going on here. Here's the gear. The gear is 36 teeth. Does have a gasket here, or rubber doohickey there to I guess protect it against dirt coming in, so it would be on that side of the plate. And here's a look at the inside. The inside looks pretty decent, looks average. What you see from Taiwan, you know, they do pretty decent work. And here is another Torx, which is one of those crazy Torx I was talking about, that you would need like a micro set to open up. This is a Torx 6 for the paw, so you need a T6 to open up and take out the paw. There it goes. And here is the little screw, and there is Loctite on the small T6, and then you just this doesn't want to come out for some reason. Oh, there we go. And here is the switch, and the switch also has a little rubber gasket there around the switch. You can make it out there, that little rubber gasket. That's what the switch looks like. And that's the opening for the paw. And now hopefully the paw will come out. Alright. And here's the paw. It's full of grease. Let me wipe it off real quick so you can get a quick glimpse at it. And here's the paw, and this is the front where the screw goes in, and here's the back, which has the flat side for the switch to switch. It's a batwing paw, has two teeth per side. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's cut pretty nice. And there is a glob of grease and the spring and ball. That's what the spring and ball looks like. Actually, I'm going to leave that grease there, and I'm going to use that grease to help me put this back together. So to put it back together, you just take your pawl, mash it in like that, and twist it. Remember, you want to put the hole where the screw goes this way, and the hole with the flat side for the flat of the switch. And you just push it in like that. Take your little Torx screw. Okay, get in there. And you screw that down. Just finger tight. You don't want to crank down on that little screw. If you strip it out, you're gonna have problems. Okay, if you need to, I would just dry it off and clean it off real good and put some more Loctite on it if you need more. You need it to be really secure. But yeah, the switch is kind of hard to switch back and forth. I think there's a lot of tension on that spring, and it transfers to a lot of tension on the teeth. It's kind of hard to the backlash, even especially now where I took off all that grease. It's pretty hard to ratchet. As you can see, that's how it looks like when it's ratcheting, but that spring is really driving the pawl into the gear and giving it a really good amount of tension. Don't know, maybe someone can mash the spring in or something to give it less tension, so it wouldn't be so bad of a backlash there for ratcheting. But it is noticeable, and I think it goes on the whole set, the whole series of these ratchets. I think all the ones I've tried have had a good amount of back drag. See how, hear those clicks, how strong they are? Yeah. So there you go. There's the Duralast. What did we say this was? This was the 73872 Ratchet. Is a Stubby. It's a pretty hefty, sort of industrial style ratchet. Not many teeth, 36 teeth, so but a pretty strong mechanism. The only drawback on this, I really like this. I like the weight and feel of it. The only major drawback to this is it has a pretty stiff back drag on it when it's ratcheting. But all in all, I picked this up on eBay from a tip from one of my viewers. They said it was on eBay for $15 shipped. I was like, that's a deal, because usually they have a OEM makes a similar ratchet or almost the same ratchet as this series to this day, and those are pretty expensive. They used to be cheaper, but now they're up in the $35-$40 range. And if I'm up in that range, I'll probably get a Williams, because the Williams are similar. They have a similar mechanism to this, and they're made in USA. So if I'm gonna hit $40 for this style of ratchet, I'm gonna head for Williams. But okay guys, that's all I got for now. Until next time.